Welcome to Corvallis, Oregon, in the house Ocho Cinco and Houshmandzadeh built. Reser Stadium, home to the Oregon State Beavers. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oregon State Beavers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Beavers will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Oregon Ducks offense will start this game off. They've met in the so-called Toilet Bowl, and they've played to go to the Rose Bowl. It's run the gamut, but this one is always intense.
Yeah, Reese, I called that game back in 2009 where the winner was going to go to the Rose Bowl, and I had a chance to really feel the electricity and the excitement at Autzen Stadium that day. This really is a tremendous one.
And even when a Rose Bowl isn't on the line, Oregon State just feels good. The in-state rivalry, the hate, it's always a good matchup.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the back. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers, and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
Across the 45. He's off to the races. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. And the Ducks will hustle to the line. The give to the tailback. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Give to the back. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
Offense getting set for 1st down. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to him. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on 1st down. Now 2nd and long from the 21. He'll keep it himself. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line getting set on second down. To throw, it's McCoy. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Beavers will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Grabbed behind the line. It's Whittington. They get him down after he makes the catch. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
The game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. But if you've ever been around this game and you know about the tradition and the history and the emotions surrounding this game, this is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Caught in the backfield. It's Stewart. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Holden. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, a statement run in the red zone to the 13. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
And I tell you what, I love this call early in the game. You know why? You get your quarterback hit early. He gets hit. Wait a minute. Nerves settle. Everything's good. You show the defense that he's a threat to run the football. I love that call early in the football game.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon. Follow the blockers. the offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
He'll come out throwing on first down. He's got it down the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up the first down like they did right there.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. They can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
And here comes the offense on second down. Looking for a man, it's McCoy. Get it out on the screen. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This should be the last play of the quarter. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He'll just keep slinging it. Finds a spot in the middle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Quarterback now breaking the field. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. It's good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Let's see what he can do with the return. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
Takes the handoff. It's Whittington. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Looking to pass. It's Gabriel. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. from the gun. The running back tries to hit the hole. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Listen, you've got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. They'll run it from the gun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And that's a mistake you don't expect to see from a senior, and he is lucky to get it back.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Got a man. It's Johnson. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
Yeah, so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play-action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the field.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. They'll try to get it through the air. He's looking deep, and that pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Coming after it. Takes a hit as he fires. And the ball is intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. The Beavers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Unfortunately, that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target, not on the same.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Wants to throw. It's Gabriel. He's got the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? Leaves it with the back. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Catch in the middle, it's James. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out.
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Back to throw, it's Gabriel. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fakes the grab on the left. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And they will score. Touchdown, Oregon. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They march 72 yards, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Corvallis to Eugene, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Ducks and Beavers. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Just about set for the second half kickoff. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Beavers moving quickly to the line. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pass is picked off. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Takes the handoff. It's Whittington. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Dropping back, it's Gabriel. He hurls one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Ducks decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And he'd hope to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The RPO fired complete to the left. At the 35, he's open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He's got it on the move. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon State. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now, but it might be too little too late. At least you got the party started.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. TCU has just had no answers today. They are getting barbecued right now. This team simply does not look prepared, and at this level... They're trailing by 28 to UCF. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. To the ground with the back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They'll leave it with him. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
They'll try the run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at at the 38, it'll be first down.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling in the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Gabriel. Firing to the right, complete. And he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down. A 3rd and long coming up here. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Ball's at the 29. They'll keep the offense out there and go for it. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. Ball's out. And the defense has it there, going the other way. That can be a momentum changer after the interception. Back to the 37. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a freeze. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Caught in the backfield, it's Whittington. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball. Will replay the down. The Ducks have it with a 1st and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Sticky. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great way now.
Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Looking to throw it again. Lets it fly. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Got it. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Looking to throw, it's McCoy. Grabs it in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
It's really frustrating for a defense when you cover that first play. And you knew it was going to be a pass. You cover everything short, but then the quarterback just makes something happen. I mean, just good luck trying to get him. That's why he plays QB. That's why he's so dynamic.
And the Beavers getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
On second down, he'll fire. Finds his big tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Fires to the middle. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Fast motion from the offense. Dropping back, it's Gabriel. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Ducks will bring the field. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is good. Time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You can tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create a positive game.
And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
And that's one of the advantages on defense of forcing a third and long situation. You can go to your dime personnel package, get a lot of those smaller, faster bodies to deal with a mobile quarterback like this who sometimes will try to scramble. That time, there was just nowhere for him to go.
A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings, try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. From the gun, Give on the inside. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Give to the running back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Okay, ready?
2nd down coming up. Moore to the air. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass and take complete.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. And the Ducks will call on their punt team. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. Together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Trying to convert this 2nd and short.
29 Philly.
He's looking to throw. Caught close to the marker. It's Hankerson. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Beavers want to pick up the tempo.
You know, at this point of the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check down throws are not going to get it done. You have got to be more aggressive in the passing game. You're going to have to just start taking shots.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. They're going to throw it again. The freshman able to get home with the sack. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He looks that one in nicely. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's McCoy. They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Just ran over it. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw for it. Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, looking for the completion. It's complete. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up in a great position here. And the Beavers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's got it on the run. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Now improvising. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. Down big. Might as well. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. To the air. It's McCoy. He wants it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Beaver.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Holding. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Ducks send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time.
Looking to throw, it's McCoy. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I think the quarterback's got to do a better job with his eyes, guys. He's already been picked off twice in this game, and that one got swatted away. He's telegraphing where he's throwing the football, and it's making life really hard on him.
Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Getting some heat. He's going to take off. He will not pick up the first down. The desperation play, and that one might have sealed their fate. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly